that is the fourth part of my lecture on light reflection and refraction. So in this module we will be discussing about image formation by concave and convex mirrors. Before moving into the topic, let me again remind you of subscribing our channel and clicking the bell icon next to it. Now let us move into the next topic, that is image formation by spherical mirrors. So first we will discuss about image formation by concave mirror, and next topic we will discuss about convex mirror. So this concave mirror means what? It is curved inwards, and usually the image formed by a concave mirror is real and inverted. But in a special case, it also can form virtual and erect image. But in the case of convex mirror, the image will be always virtual and erect. First we will see about the image formation by a concave mirror. Then we will discuss the uses of concave mirror. After which we will learn about image formation by convex mirror and then uses of convex mirrors. So first of all, let me draw one concave mirror on the board. A concave mirror. This is the reflecting side. We have the pole, focus and center of curvature. So before going into detail about the image formation, first we need to analyze which are the positions in front of the mirror where we can place the object. So first of all, where we can place the object? We can place the object very far away from the mirror. That is infinitely far away from the mirror. That is at infinity we can place the object. This is not we are placing from the infinity, we can bring the light. And then in front of the mirror where can we place the object? We can place the object beyond this center of curvature. At infinity we can place, then beyond the center of curvature we can place the object. Usually the object is denoted like this, an arrow. Or then we can place the object at the center of curvature. Then we can place the object between the center of curvature and the focus. We can also place the object at the focus. Also we can place the object between the focus and the pole. These are the 6 positions where we can place the object. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Let us see how will be the image formation when the object is placed at each of these places. So let us analyze the situation one by one. First of all, let me draw a tabular column for that purpose. In the first column, let us see where object is placed. Position of object. After placing the object and after reflection has taken place, we can analyze the position of image. Position of image. Then we can say how about the nature of the image, and at last what about the size of the image. These are the 4 things that we are going to analyze in each of the cases. 6 cases we have. So first case, what is that? Position of the object. Where is the object? At infinity. So in order to determine the position of image, we have to draw the incident rays and see what happens after reflection. From infinity, let us bring 2 rays. This ray is incident on the reflecting surface, similarly one more ray. We have to apply the rules over here. The rule is that when a ray of light is passing parallel to the principal axis, then after reflection that very ray passes through the focus. Similarly, this ray also passes through the focus. So at least the intersection of any 2 rays has to be considered so that image formation is located. So these 2 rays after reflection meet at this point, and this point is nothing but the focus of the concave mirror. So where is the image? Position of the image is at the focus, at F. And what will be the nature of the image? We know that a concave mirror always forms real and inverted image. So the nature of the image is real and inverted. And what about the size of the image? What can you observe from the figure? The size of the image is highly diminished as compared to the size of the object. So the size is highly diminished, extremely diminished. This is the first situation. Now let us place the object beyond the sea and see where the image formation is taking place. So the object is placed beyond the sea. And let us see where the image formation takes place. So this is the object placed beyond the center of curvature. And now we have to consider at least two rays in order to locate the image. So first ray let us consider parallel to the principal axis and striking the reflecting surface, and second ray let us consider either passing through the focus or incident obliquely. For convenience, let us now consider the second ray is passing through the focus. So the first ray incident on the reflecting surface parallel to the principal axis. According to the rule, we have to find out what happens to the incident ray. That is here, since it is parallel to the principal axis, after reflection passes through the focus. And here what happens, passing through the focus, so after reflection passes parallel to the principal axis. And this arrow also we have to mark, so for understanding the direction of light. Now this is the point where the two reflected rays meet, and this is the image. So let us now fill the columns. Position of image, where it is beyond the center of curvature and focus. So it is between C and F. And what about the nature? This one is upright, therefore this is inverted. Same, real and inverted. What about the size? This is more in size, while this is comparatively diminished. So size is diminished. This is the third case. Next, let us analyze the fourth case, where we have to place the object. The object has to be placed at the C or at the center of curvature. Third one, object is placed at the center of curvature. Let us see where the formation of image is taking place. This is the object. So we have to consider two rays. First one, let it be parallel to the principal axis. The one which is parallel to the principal axis, after reflection passes through the focus, and next ray we can take it passing through the focus or obliquely. Let us take it obliquely, striking the principal axis obliquely. Now after reflection, it passes obliquely. And now these two reflected rays are meeting at this point, and let us draw the formation of image. So what about the image? Position of the image is at the same point, that is at the center of curvature. Very important, that is, if the position of the object is at the center of curvature, then the position of image also will be at the center of curvature. What about the nature? It is inverted and real inverted. And what about the size? This is the size of the object and the same is the size of the image. Therefore size is same size. This is the third case. Now fourth one, where we are placing the object at the C. Now here, between C and F, let us place the object and see what happens. Between C. So between C and F, I have redrawn the concave mirror. We are placing the object between the center and the focus. And let us consider two rays. Let the first ray be parallel to the principal axis, and let the second ray be passing through the focus. First one, after reflection, what happens? It passes through the focus after reflection. And the second one, after reflection, passes parallel to the principal axis. This one, after reflection, passes through the focus, and passing through focus after reflection parallel to the principal axis. Now this is the image. And now what about the image? Where is the position of the image? It is beyond the center of curvature, that is beyond the C. What about the nature? Of course, real and inverted. What about the size? Comparing the size of the object, it is magnified. The size of the image is magnified. And fifth case, where we are placing the object. We have placed it at between C and F. Now let us place it at the focus, at F. Let us see what happens. So this is the redrawn diagram. We are placing the object at the focus. at F. Let us see where the formation of images. One ray parallel to the principal axis and another ray, let us take, striking obliquely. The one parallel to the principal axis will pass through the focus after reflection, and the one striking the principal axis obliquely will pass obliquely. See, these are the two reflected rays, and where are these reflected rays going to meet? They are parallel rays actually. So we can say that they meet at infinity, and the formation of image actually takes place at infinity. So where is the position of image? At infinity. What about the nature? Real and inverted. What about the size? Comparing this, the image formed at infinity will be highly magnified. Highly magnified in size. Now let us consider the last case where instead of real and inverted image, we are getting a virtual and erect image. Where are we going to place the object? Now let us bring it more closer between P and F. Sixth one, the object is placed between P and F. Pole and the focus. Let us see how the image formation takes place. So here let us place the object between P and F. Here. And let us consider two rays. Let the first one be parallel to the principal axis, and after reflection passes through the focus. And next one, let it be incident obliquely on the principal axis, obliquely on the pole, and after reflection what happens? It will pass oblique, the reflected ray. As you can see from the figure, the reflected rays are not likely to meet on this side. So let us extend these two rays on the other side. We are extending these rays on the other side so that the image is formed behind the mirror. You can see that the image is formed behind the mirror. Where can we locate the image? The image is located behind the mirror. This is a very important case, an exceptional case. Very important exceptional case. And what about the nature now? This erect, this is also erect. So the nature of the image is virtual and erect. What about the size? Size is what? Larger, that means magnified. These are the 6 cases, 6 places we are placing the object, and we have analyzed about the image formation. Let me make a conclusion about this. If the object is placed at infinity, we get the image at the focus. And if the object is placed at focus, we get the image at infinity, direct opposite. If the object is placed beyond center of curvature, we get the image between center of curvature and focus. And if we are placing the object between C and F, then we are getting it beyond center of curvature. And the other two are special cases. If we are placing it at the center of curvature, there is no change. Only changing that the image will be what? Topsy-turvy means upside down or inverted with respect to the object. But the position will be at the same position. And the last exceptional case is if the object is placed between P and F, then a real erect image will be obtained behind the mirror. This is about the image formation by a concave mirror. Let us now discuss some of the uses of concave mirrors. The first one is concave mirrors are used in torches, street lights and vehicle headlights. Why? Because concave mirror has the ability to make a strong parallel beam of light after reflection. This is the reason why they are used in torches, street searchlights and vehicle headlights. And then concave mirror is used as shading mirror. That means it is because shading mirror has the ability to form a magnified image of our face. Because when the shading mirror is brought close to our face will be positioned between P and F. That means a virtual image but erect image can be obtained. And it is used by dentists to see the image of the teeth, large image of the teeth. Also, the concave mirrors are used in solar furnaces in order to concentrate sunlight at a particular point which burns. So these are the uses of concave mirrors important from the examination point of view. We will now learn about the image formation by convex mirrors. In the case of concave mirror, we got 6 different positions of the object. But in the case of convex mirror, just 2 positions are only there where we can analyze the image formation. So these two positions are at infinity and between infinity and the pole. These are the two positions where we are going to locate the image. So for that purpose, let us first draw a convex mirror. This is the convex mirror, pole, focus and center of curvature. First let us place the object at infinity. If the object is placed at infinity, what about the image? Let us take two rays parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, what happens? They diverges. These two rays diverges, and on extending, we can make these rays meet at the focus. Therefore, the image will be formed at focus. Image will be formed at focus. What about the nature? It will be virtual and direct, because convex mirror usually not always forms virtual and direct image. And another one, size is extremely diminished. Extremely diminished in size. Next, let us place the object where between infinity and the pole. This is the pole, and between infinity and the pole we are going to locate the object. We are going to place the object. Here, first case, where is the image? It is actually behind the mirror, though it is at the focus. And in the next case, we are placing the object between infinity and the pole. This is our object. Let us consider two rays. Let the first one be passing parallel to the principal axis, and the second one, let it be obliquely or coming towards the center of curvature. Anything we can take. Suppose we are taking coming to the center of curvature. First ray, let us consider the one which is parallel to the principal axis will appear like coming from the focus after reflection, and the second one which is going to the center of curvature after reflection retraces the path. That means these two reflected rays on extending, we can locate the position of the image here, that is between P and F. So where is the image located? The image is located between P and F. This case also, it is behind the mirror. Therefore, the nature of the image is virtual and direct. And what about the size? Size is diminished, though not extremely diminished. Size will be diminished with respect to the object. Now, these are the only two cases in case of a convex mirror. The thing to be noted is it always forms virtual and direct image. So let us learn what are the uses of convex mirror. Uses. Two uses we are going to learn. First one is convex mirror is used as rear view mirror in vehicles. It is used as rear view mirror because it forms direct image of the vehicles behind, and a large area can be covered with the help of convex mirror. This is the reason why convex mirror is used as rear view mirror in vehicles. And the next one is, it is used in shops. Why it is used in shops? Because it can cover a large area, a large number of customers can be seen by the shop owners, and in this way he can avoid theft. These are the two main uses of convex mirror. So this is all about today's class. Thank you all for listening to me patiently.